Hello, everyone. I hope your week is going well. Hope you're doing well also. The purpose of this video lecture is to talk a little bit about places to go for research for the literature review. So I mentioned in my check-in video a couple of weeks ago that we were going to be focusing on really our last major assignment of the semester, which is the white paper. And we're going to be kind of building up to that and working on that and developing that as we go through the remainder of the semester. One of the first steps in that process is to identify a topic, think about a topic that you want to focus on for the white paper, and then look for research material and secondary source material that can help you understand that topic better and give you a variety of different perspectives on the information that exists with that topic, any controversies that are involved in that topic, and anything going on in that topic historically or anything that's going on with that topic currently, depending on what topic that you've selected for this particular assignment. So our first step before we get to building and writing the white paper is to complete a literature review. And I know some of you maybe have had a little bit of experience with this if you've taken Writing 101 or 102. Here or somewhere else. For some of you, you maybe have never done a literature review. So no matter where you are, if you've done one before, if you've never done one before, you will be fine. Everything will be okay. But I wanted to show you where to go to find information from secondary source material that can help you write the literature review. And then you can take that information from the literature review and ultimately funnel it into the white paper assignment. So one of the things we've looked at so far already is CQ Researcher. We've looked at that. We've also looked at Google Scholar. You'll have an opportunity to kind of experiment and play around with that a little bit. And so now I wanted to show you, in addition to those two tools, what are other places you can go to find information. And I think one of the things that you will find is with this particular class, all of the information is indexed and accessible to you in one spot. So I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. So let me share my screen. I'm going to go to a web browser page. What I have done is I have gone to the library's website, the library's webpage here at Ole Miss. You can get there in a variety of different ways, but the easiest way to get there is just type in libraries.olemiss.edu, which you see right up here. And you're going to see this homepage pop up when you type in that address, even if you link to it from somewhere else. Where you're going to want to go to help you with this particular assignment, in addition to CQ Researcher and Google Scholar, is this box here that says Search by Topic. Look under Research Guides. When you get the Research Guides page open up, or when it opens up, you're going to want to go to where it says Course Guides. And this is all of the different course guides that are available to you and are available to students, and it's broken down by subject. So you'll have to scroll all the way down to the bottom here, all the way to the bottom, and you want to look for Writing 440, Writing for Accountancy. When you click on that, you're going to see the research guide and the library research guide for Writing 440. And I want to introduce you to someone first before we look at this a little bit more specifically. This gentleman over here to the right, Royce Kurtz, he is the librarian that is assigned to our class. And he's the librarian that is assigned to accounting topics and accounting research information. So Royce and I built this subject guide for you. We built the subject guide for you so that you would be able to find information quickly and easily for the literature review and for the white paper assignment. And so Royce's expertise is in accounting and accounting research and finding secondary research source material for accounting students, and for accounting related topics. So I wanted to point that out to you. Feel free to reach out to Royce at any time. He knows that you guys are working on this project. He knows that you guys are doing the lit review leading up to the white paper. So you can contact him at any time. He's at the library all the time, even in the evenings. And so feel free to reach out to him. There's a variety of different ways you can contact him. He's got his email link there as well. You can click on his tab and his picture there to find out more information about where he's located, his office, his telephone number, and all of that. I would encourage you, if you have questions about this research guide, if you find yourself stuck with research, you've got a topic and you don't know where to go, you've tried Google Scholar, you've tried CQ Researcher, you've tried some of these programs and databases built into the research guide, and you're not having any luck, reach out to Royce. Don't be afraid to ask him. Don't hesitate to reach out to him because he's got a lot of expertise. And again, he and I built this, so he knows how to navigate all of these databases very quickly and can get you the information that you need and answer any questions that you may have. So that's who Royce is. I wanted to introduce him to you first. But what you'll see in this library guide, and we're not going to go through all of this, is a set of subject-specific databases. These are places you can go to find information about accounting-related topics for research projects. So we've broken it down into accounting and tax, Business Source Complete, IBIS World, and the Wall Street Journal. So you can click on the Wall Street Journal. If you do that, you will have to put in your username and password. Because if you've used the Wall Street Journal before, you know, if you just try to go into the Wall Street Journal, you know, online or through some other mechanism, you have to have a subscription to pay. Well, your username and password to get into this version of the Wall Street Journal keeps you from having to pay. So you can go through here and enter in any search terms that you want related to that particular topic that you're researching. You can have it look for full text articles and click search, and it will go through all the information that the Wall Street Journal has in previous articles based on your topic. And you can go and see a little bit more. Now, the one thing I will say is this is archived from the 1984 to the present. So if you're doing a topic, let's say like the history of accounting, you may not find a whole lot of information through the Wall Street Journal before, or you won't find any before 1984, because that's when the newspaper started archiving and cataloging and using microfilm, then computer work to archive all of their old editions. So that's just something to keep in mind. But that's an example of what's available to you. So I'm going to go out of this. You can also scroll down. We have a variety of different databases, academic databases that you can also access for research. One is OneSearch. You see the New York Times that is there. The New York Times has stopped archiving, at least the subscription we have stopped in 2017. So if you're wanting very, very recent information about something that has happened within the last 5 years or so, since 2017, 6 years or so, you may need to look for other information or find the New York Times or just log into it on your own. You usually get 5 or 6 free subscription reads before they make you pay for it. There's LexisNexis, and then there's Hein Online. So I'm just going to pick one just to show you quickly how this works. I'm just going to click Business Source Complete. When I click on that database, it's going to take me to something that looks like this. Business Source Complete is tied into EBSCOhost. And again, some of you may be familiar with EBSCOhost. If you had Writing 101 or Writing 102 or some other writing course, you may have experience using EBSCOhost, or if you had to use it for another class. But EBSCOhost works like a big Google browser to some degree, except it researches and finds information that is all academic and scholarly in nature. So you don't have to worry about sifting through and determining, is this Joe Smith's blog about a particular topic? All of this information has been sort of sifted through by EBSCOhost for you and arranged and categorized in such a way. So I'm just going to type in history of accounting. Let's say that's going to be your topic. I'm just going to type that in and click search. When I do that, I'm going to get a list of articles related to that particular topic. So I just wanted to point out a couple of things here. Let's say, for example, you wanted to use this source, Pacioli's Lens, Through a Glass, Darkly. This was published in June of 2022, so it's very recent. This is the volume and the issue number. The page number is here, how many pages the source is. The author is listed here, and it then gives you a list of subjects that are covered within the particular source. So you can see here, this article focuses on the bookkeeping aspects of accounting. We have the history of accounting. We have capitalism, other accounting services, payroll-related services, et cetera, et cetera. So all of those topics are addressed at some point in that particular source. But one of the things I wanted to show you is these two buttons here. One is HTML full text. The other is PDF full text. I'm going to click on HTML full text. This gives you an actual printout of the text material from the source. So all of the textual information, all of the writing, in other words, that was contained within that source is listed here. So here is the entire article from that journal listed here for you to peruse and to read through. If you go back up to the top, you will notice that you can do a lot of different things with this particular source. You can print it. You can save it to your OneDrive. You can email it to yourself. You can also click the citation button if you're going to cite this in your literature review. We use MLA formatting in literature reviews. So you can scroll down here to the MLA, and here is your works cited entry. This would be the information that you would put on your works cited page at the end of your literature review or at the end of the white paper. And some of your citations will go within the literature review as well. We'll get to all that later, all of that coming up later on. But I just wanted to show you that if you want to cite this information, if you want to create your works cited page with information from Business Source Complete, that's how you do it. If I go back to the previous page that I was on, if I click PDF full text, what you're going to see is an actual reproduction of the article as it appeared in that literary journal. So you'll notice that the titles look a little bit different, the fonts are a little bit different. We've got all of the information about the volume and number and year it was published, so on and so forth. We've got the American Accounting Association identified up at the top. You don't see that as much in the HTML text. It's just the actual text itself. But in PDF full text, you were seeing an exact replica of that source as it appeared in that literary journal. So my suggestion would be, if you decide to use one of these databases that are from the research guide, that you look for sources that have the HTML and or the PDF full text or a full text option, because that's going to give you the information right at your fingertips. And then you can print it off, read it, and do what you need to do with it. Other thing I will say over here is the source types. You can indicate days and times. If you want Business Source Complete and EBSCO to search from certain time periods, you can do that by typing that in here or moving the bar up like this. So if you only want from 1942, notice what happens here. I only have 7,163 results listed. If I move this up from 1942 to, let's say, 1980, my results go down from 7,183 to 6,741. So it's a way to sort of limit the information that you're presented. You can also have Business Source Complete only look for and research full text articles from that time period. So 1980 to 2002, if you're researching a topic and you only want full text information, you don't want to have to do anything outside of the databases to find it, you can indicate the full text button. If you want it peer reviewed, you can click that and it will narrow it down even further and give you the information that you need. So I just wanted to show that to you, that that's one of the databases that you have available to you in this particular setup. So if I go back to the research guide, that was Business Source Complete that we just looked at. And so we're not going to go through all of these databases today and the different research material that's here in the subject guide, but all of this is here for you. Again, Royce and I have built this for you so that you don't have to go out through the library databases and go on this wild scavenger hunt looking for information and thinking, well, is this related to accounting, or is this a good accounting related source that focuses on accounting issues and topics? We've done that for you. We've created this subject guide. One more thing I'll point out, you have the online research writing lab through Purdue's OWL. Some of you might be familiar with that. That can help you with in-text citations and works cited pages. Again, we'll get to that a little bit later on. But I just wanted to show you that is where the information is located to help you with the literature review, and that's how you can kind of sift through that information. So you may just want to think about your topic. You may want to think about the focus that you're looking at with regards to your topic, and I'll give you some feedback on the direction of your topic as well. If I think your topic is maybe too broad or maybe too narrow, I'll give you some feedback on that with your proposals. But that's a good place to go. That is a wonderful place to go to find information for the literature review and for the white paper assignment. And keep in mind that that information is available. You also have Google Scholar as a tool. Google Scholar may or may not work for your topic, depending on what it is. Some people find Google Scholar works really well for their topic, others not so much. It just depends on you and what you're researching. And you've got the CQ Researcher, which helps you find information more broadly that exists with relationship to your topic and the different perspectives or sides of a respective argument or a respective issue that you're examining. So that's where you can go to find that information. Again, we're gonna build the literature review. The most difficult part of any research project is what we're doing now, and that is the collecting of resources, culling through all the information, finding information that's going to relate to your topic, determining, hey, this is a source I want to keep, as opposed to, hey, this is a source I want to get rid of, and then putting all of that together in a literature review. That's the hardest part of the assignment when it comes to writing the white paper. Then when it comes time for us to build the white paper, and we're going to build it in stages and build it in pieces, you'll have all of that researched information read, written about, and done. So you can focus on taking that information and crafting it and putting it into the white paper. So we're getting the hardest part over with first. So I know some of you haven't done a lot of this research and this kind of work for a long time. It's been several years for some of you, and many semesters since you've done that. So feel free to reach out to me if you have questions or concerns, or if I can be of any help. Please feel free to reach out to Royce as well. Royce is a great guy. You'll really like him. He's very knowledgeable and helpful. And again, he and I built that database, built that research guide. So he knows everything and more about accounting research and where to go to find information for topics. So if you need some help and you've talked to me and maybe you want another set of help, another set of eyes to help you, or someone else to kind of give you some more direction, please feel free to reach out to Royce. Again, he knows you guys are working on this assignment and he knows what you're doing, so he's happy to help. So don't be afraid to reach out to him as well. So that's all I have for this video lecture. Please, again, reach out to me if you have any questions about this or anything else related to the class, and I'll talk to you again soon.